This is Ms. Zappia, and this video will show you how to use transitions to bridge your ideas in your argument essay. What are transitions? Transitions are words that link sentences and paragraphs. Writers use them to show the relationship between ideas and to make their writing coherent. They also connect ideas smoothly and logically. Use transitions to include chronological order, location, order of importance, and compare and contrast relationships. Do you need some examples? Here's some transition words that show location. So let's see how this paragraph becomes smoother and more logical when I add a location transition. It starts off by saying, there is a school, there is a garden. Students grow their own food. And that turns into, outside of the middle school, next to the bus loop, there is a garden where students grow their own food. Do you see what a difference those transitions made? Here's some words that can be used to show time. Let's see how this paragraph changes when words conveying time are included. The garden will cost money, but it will be self-sufficient. And that can turn into, initially, the garden will cost money, but after a season or two, it will be self-sufficient. I think it sounds much better the second way with transitions. Transitions can also be used to compare some things. Here's some transition words that compare. Here's an example using comparison words. Our sentences start out, the garden produces healthy food. The garden produces healthy students. And that changes it into this. The garden produces healthy food. In the same way, the garden produces healthy students. Students who work in the garden will get exercise they need to stay fit. The phrase "in the same way" connects our two sentences and shows how they are similar. Let's try the opposite. What about contrast words? Here's some examples. See if this paragraph changes when contrast words are added to it. Some people don't want a school garden because they fear it will become too much of a burden and distract the students and keep them from learning. Some argue that teachers will use the garden as a classroom. And that turns into, some worry that a school garden will distract students and burden the school. However, teachers are excited to use the garden as a hands-on classroom. And then you have transition words that are used to emphasize a point. Here's some examples. We start off with this sentence, or these sentences. Childhood obesity is a problem in the United States. It has more than doubled in the country in the past 30 years. And if you add transition words that add an emphasis, it could sound like this. Childhood obesity is a critical problem in the United States and is only getting worse. In fact, in the past 30 years, childhood obesity has more than doubled in our country. What a difference those two words, in fact, make. Then we have some words that can be used to conclude or summarize. You'll especially see these at the end of your body paragraphs and in your conclusion paragraph. Here are some examples. Mills Park Middle needs a vegetable garden. Let's try to add some transitions there. Maybe it might sound like this. All in all, it's clear why Mills Park Middle needs a vegetable garden. And then you have words that add information. Here's some examples. If you start off with a sentence like this, a garden produces healthy food. A garden saves the school money in the long run. You will add transitions, and it might sound like this. Besides producing healthy food, the garden saves the school money in the long run. Makes it, the syntax is just a lot more clear there. It flows together much better than it does in the first example. All right, transition words that clarify or make something easier to understand. Here's some examples. Might start off with a paragraph like this. There might be a few hiccups along the way. A school garden could present a few challenges. The benefits of a school garden greatly outweigh its pitfalls. And then it might turn into something like this with transition words. I'm not saying there will be hiccups along the way. That is, a school garden could present a few challenges, but the benefits of a school garden greatly outweigh its pitfalls. Now you try. Change this paragraph so it includes at least one transition. Schools in San Francisco planted school gardens. Those schools saw a drop in gang activity. Your teacher will now pause the video so you can try to rewrite this paragraph so it includes transitions. All right, I hope that you guys came up with some great examples of how you could rewrite that sentence. Let's try another one. Change this paragraph so it includes at least one transition. It will be nice out this weekend. I hope my teacher doesn't give me homework. Go ahead and rewrite this. Teachers, please pause the video to give your students time. Okay, try another one. I went hiking. I swam in the ocean. I played volleyball on the beach. It was the best vacation ever. In addition to adding transitions, make this paragraph sing with imagery. Teachers, please give your students a little bit more time to rewrite this paragraph since they're adding imagery. Great job! Now you're ready to add your own transitions to your writing. Come up with possible transitions between the paragraphs of your argument essay. Keep in mind, your transitions might and probably will change during the writing process. Don't worry if it doesn't sound perfect today.